In this video, we are going to practice a mole to particle conversion. On your worksheet, it says number 1, how many atoms are in 0.874 moles of aluminum. That means we're given 0.874 moles. So we are already given the moles, and we need to figure out how many atoms there are. So the first question you should ask yourself is, do we have more or less atoms than 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd? Now we know that 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd is equal to 1 mole. Okay, that's Avogadro's number. We have 0.874 moles. So 0.874 is less than 1. So since 0.874 is less than 1 mole, we would have less than 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd atoms. Now we need to set this up. So what we do is we take our given, that's our 0.874 moles. We draw our multiplication sign in a line, and we need to figure out what unit do we want to get rid of. Well, we're given moles, so we want to get rid of moles. So moles goes on the bottom. And what unit do we want to go to? Well, it says how many atoms. So that means we're searching for atoms. So atoms is going to go on top. Now we need to find the relationship between atoms and moles. Well, we have learned that 1 mole is equal to 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd, excuse the handwriting, atoms. So since 1 mole is equal to 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd, if we divide 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd divided by 1 mole, where actually that whole quantity is just equal to 1, because 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd atoms is the same exact thing as 1 mole. Now you may be wondering, how do we actually solve this? What do I put in my calculator to get an answer? So the first thing you're going to do is put your point, and I'm just numbering the keys to push. 8, 7, 4. Okay, then your times sign. Then we have to put in this 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd. The way I like to do it is I would write 6, and then I do my point. I'm going to change colors. Point. 0.2, and then I do the second key, and I push this key that says E. That means times 10 to the. So instead of typing in times 10 with the caret, I type in second E, and then I just type in, I'm changing colors again. So that was the 11th key. Now here's the 12th key. Second E, 23. Okay. When you divide something by 1, it does not change the value. So at this point, you can just push enter. I got that it equals 5.26 times 10 to the 23rd. And notice moles cancel out. My mole unit cancels out, so we are left with our atoms unit. So this will be atoms. You may be asking, I got a lot more digits than just 3. Where do you round? And I want you to notice that our first number has 3 different numbers, and so the rule of thumb is generally whatever number you're given, you should round so that you have the same number of digits. And that is how to do this calculation.